California's Central Valley is the most productive agricultural region in the world, and young children form part of that workforce. Many students, as young as the age of 10, begin to work in the fields, helping out their parents. Many times, it is due to a lack of daycare or not being able to afford daycare. They are exposed to dangerous working conditions and tough climates of the Central Valley. In the wintertime, they are at risk of driving in the thick fog, and in the summertime, they are exposed to dangerous heat, which temperatures can rise above 110 degrees. However, many of these students also face difficulties in school, in their school environment, and their school officials not being able to assist them due to their circumstances or farm working backgrounds. From the narrators of this study, many of them felt they were capable of getting through their K through 12 experience mainly on their own and did not feel connected to their teachers and staff. I was interested in finding out some of the main factors influencing students of farm working backgrounds to go to college and for them to stay in college. For my research question, I'm addressing how does working in the fields impact social mobility and educational attainment of farm working children, and what role do their parents play? For my research method, I conducted oral histories. I was able to conduct 6 oral histories with 6 Fresno State students who currently attend or attended Fresno State. Oral histories are recorded interviews exploring the life and personal experiences of people and adding their story to the historical record. The strength of this method allowed me to express their stories from their point of view, and many times these stories, such as the ones in this study, go unnoticed or often left out in history. So oral histories from that point of view allowed me to explain their voice and for their stories to be told. The oral histories also allowed me to tell each narrator's story and allowed me to interpret their lives and their relation to their farm working experiences, their school experiences, their family experiences, and overall their path towards college. Many of these interviews were conducted individually, and I was able to ask nearly 40 questions to find out what they believe to have impacted them to go to college. I asked questions relating to their experiences working in the fields, such as their environment of how they worked, where they worked, and in what crops. Their life in school, who was motivating them to go to college, when did they hear about college, and their parents' influence on them. This was a major component of the research on what the role of the parent was and whether gender and the birth order in the family also played a role. From the stories of the narrators in the study, many of them agreed that gender did not really play a role in the family pressures or their parents' pressures for their son or daughter to go to college. Instead, both were pressured or encouraged to go to college. And in terms of birth order, the oldest sibling was more highly encouraged to go to college and expected to work from an earlier age as compared to his younger siblings. Initially, I believed that parents were going to be the biggest factors for these students to go to college. However, from all the participants, all 6 participants, all their parents did not have an education above the 6th grade level, all of which received an education in Mexico. And so they had little or no knowledge of college, and it was actually the students who were talking to their parents about college and having that desire to talk to them to go to college. So in the end, they also signaled their experiences and what they believed helped them out. And not many staff or school officials were mentioned, but instead it was their self-drive and having that experience of working in the fields from an early age that highly impacted their experiences to go to college.